Entertainment Plus presents Pete the Surfaroo.
Coming up on Pete the Surfaroo, renovation tips on the Renaroos.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Renaroos. We've got Mr. Don Pitt here again, mate. How are you?
Good, Pete. Thanks for having us again.
Don, mate, this is our second episode. Now, this one is the one where you get suited up, get in amongst that asbestos, drill in there with your little knife, and we go see if it is asbestos or not. Tell us a bit about today's program, mate.
Well, last week we identified what could be asbestos. Today we need to take samples because you can't tell what does contain asbestos and not just by visually looking at it. So the only way to do that is to take a sample and take it to the lab. So today, as Pete said, I'm going to put this suit on. Not very comfortable, very hot, but it looks funny. But by law, we have to do that, and to protect ourselves as well, because asbestos does kill, and we do this every day. Therefore, we don't want to become a statistic. So I put the suit on today, and we take samples. And next week, we'll take it to the lab to see that if it actually does contain asbestos.
Mate, we're into it.
Thanks,
Good luck
Pete.
out there in
Let's
the field, mate. We'll see you shortly.
Woo! So now we've just taken samples of the upstairs ceilings to see that they do contain asbestos. And you'll notice the same process again. We take the sample, seal it so that there's no fibre release with 200 sheeting, plastic sheeting on the floor. We fold that up carefully to make sure there's no fibre release, and we put that in another bag and dispose of it at the asbestos dump. What we've just done is take a sample of the backing to the meter board. It's quite likely that it is xylemite, which contains asbestos. We've taken a small scraping of it, put it into plastic bags, and now we've sealed it with a PVA glue to make sure there's no fibre release. So we've just taken a sample of the ceiling in the downstairs bathroom to see that if it does contain asbestos. Same process as we've done with the outside meter board. We take a small sample and we seal it up so there's no fibre release. But here you'll notice that we've actually used some plastic on the floor. That's critical so that we capture, if we do drop anything, we capture that into plastic and we don't allow fibre release into the house or onto the floor. What happens with that plastic then, we fold it up now and we place it into an asbestos removal bag and dispose of it in the asbestos dump.
Hi Pete, hi Don.
Hello.
Good morning. If I can get you to sign in for me.
No worries. Guys, we've arrived at the lab. Don, mate, this is the big one, the test.
This is it, Pete. Third week, and now we've got our samples. We've got them sealed up in a bag. Now we have to see that if they actually contain asbestos. So what I want to do now is introduce you to the head of this organisation, or the asbestos part of this organisation that sample or analyse all the samples, Mr. Michael Shepherd.
Don, good morning.
Michael, how are you?
Good. Peter,
Michael
good to see you.
Yeah, mate, how are you?
Excellent.
Michael, we've done the site inspections.
Yes.
And got some samples here.
Fantastic.
So can you show Pete, get these analysed and show Pete what we do now?
The process is what we call stereoscopic examination. So we actually grab the sample, we put it in a Petri dish, and we actually look for fibre types consistent with asbestos. So once we've actually broken the sample up, and we do that under extraction, we then take the fibres and we actually put it in a refractive index oil, actually close to its own refractive indexing. Once we do that, we then take it to a polarised light microscope, and I'll actually walk to that microscope now. So under the polarised light microscope, Peter, what we're trying to do is confirm whether the fibres we've actually seen under the stereoscopic microscope are asbestiform or not. So there's a series of tests we actually do, and they're optical tests that we do to confirm the presence of asbestos. So we look at things like optical orientation, we look at optical extinction, we look at dispersion staining. Under the polarised light microscope, Peter, what we're trying to do is confirm whether the fibres we've actually seen under stereoscopic microscope, and based on the colours that we get from those particular tests, we can actually confirm whether it's asbestos type or not.
Come on, Don. Let's go. Hey guys, and welcome back. Now, for all those guys intending to renovate and build, we've gone through the house for asbestos safety before we do start, and we've had the professionals from QBM to come along and give us some sampling. Then we've gone off to the lab to see how it's done, and now the final asbestos materials report and register is arriving. Kerry's on her way. Let's find out what is wrong with the house. Let's check it out. Hey guys, and welcome back. We've got Kerry. Kerry, how are you?
G'day, Pete.
Good to see you again. And our final report on asbestos.
Thanks.
What is it?
Thanks, Pete. We bought the asbestos materials report and register. This is what we fill out when we take samples, and this is a complete booklet on exactly what asbestos was found, and this must be given to any contractor that comes on site to your home.
Sounds good. And what did we come out with the house here?
There's actually a little bit of asbestos in the house. It's actually in good condition. It hasn't been damaged in any way, so it's very low risk. However, you still need to let a contractor know before he comes on site to complete any works.
So it is a good idea to have this report for builders or contractors?
Absolutely, Pete, absolutely. They must see this before they conduct any work.
Well, that's great news. Great news to know that it is asbestos, so we don't sort of go knocking that around and leave it up to the professionals to do it.
Exactly, Pete. And if anyone has any questions, they're more than welcome to give us a ring at QBM Quality Building Management.
Sounds great. Thanks a lot, Kerry,
Thanks
again
very
for all
much,
that.
Pete.
Very important information before you start building. Remember, asbestos can kill.
Yes.
See you guys. Whoa.